You can pray, you can drink, you can wait on the rain. Either way, it's gonna burn.
I can't remember what Iron Bowl that was. I think it was 2021.
That sounds right. Yeah, it was after COVID.
Yeah,
They had all the crazy overtime stuff.
Yeah, and I think it went to 2 or 3 overtimes. Either way, I was at a wedding, and it was a Catholic wedding in Pensacola. So it was an hour long. I shit you
Why
not.
are they longer?
That's a great question, but
Are we rolling, Noah?
I've been to a lot of Catholic weddings, and they
Started
are
with the Catholic weddings.
a traditional Catholic wedding is typically an hour long, and they have a bunch of different things that they do, lighting of the candles, and they'll each read. They'll have different members of the family up to read passages and whatever. But we were at this Catholic wedding in Pensacola right during the Iron Bowl, and the groom was from Hartsville, Alabama, and the bride was from South Alabama. Either way, everyone in the entire congregation of this wedding is an Alabama or Auburn fan. And no shit, the start of overtime happened when the bride was walking down the aisle.
Were people watching it?
Oh, dude, for like 45 minutes, we're like midway back through like midway down the pews, and half the crowd is, you can see them looking down at their phones. Like all the men have their heads down. Women are pissed. Hey, what's this? There's a damn wedding going on.
There's a damn ball game going on.
And dude, I want to say something. I can't remember what happened in that game. I know Alabama won, but I remember
there's a bunch of crazy plays.
A bunch of shit, back and forth. And like every time something would happen, you could hear everyone audibly in the wedding, in the chapel go, yes. Or
all
like,
the weddings that go
on. Oh, yeah. Someone would be so pissed. And I could see my buddy Jackson. He was up there. He's the one getting married. And I'm like, dude, he's got to know that this is happening right now because he's looking out at everyone, and half the crowd are looking down. Yeah.
They score. Yes, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Damn it, I do.
Dude, I'm telling you.
What's the score of the ball game?
That's how serious football is, dude. I mean,
oh my God, dude. I mean, I was at a wedding this year.
Made or break.
I can't remember who was getting married, but I just remember I'm just sitting there watching the game. Rachel's like, put your phone up. I'm like, I cannot. This is a close game. I think it's Alabama, Texas A&M. I bet on this ball game.
This damn game.
My livelihood is on this ball game. We're going to have to walk home. If Alabama doesn't cover, then they don't cover.
Dude, I got into this terrible, terrible routine of every trip we'd go on to a sporting event, I would always place like the similar bet to how much the weekend costs on the game.
Yes, I remember when you would do that.
In hopes that, like, dude, if they cover, everything's free.
I would say for sure more times than not you would hit.
Oh, my God. Like,
and usually you would bet on the team. You would always bet on the team we were going to watch, which was the home team.
Dude, there was like a 10-week stretch there where we were going to NFL games and college football games, and I shit you not, 8 of the 10 games we went to, the home team would win and cover.
You'd win so much money, and you'd be like, dude, I covered the whole weekend. I paid for everything. You'd be like, you bet it. How much did you win? I'd be like, $150. Didn't even buy my damn ticket. Not even a one-way. I couldn't even fly business one way with what I won.
Oh, no, dude. We get so fired up.
But that was when I first really started sports gambling. Yeah. God, what a rush it was. But, I mean.
The slippery slope,
You just put a little bit of money on a game, dude. And it was just like, it was too intense for me when I first started. You know, I'm like, I can't lose this. Yeah, dude, and then next thing you know, you blink your eyes, and you're just like, you're putting way more on a ball game.
Yeah, dude. And there was a wake-up call. Yeah.
Thing.
I remember after that stretch, I remember like the next month after the Super Bowl, I think it was March Madness, I was like, I'm good. At that point, I'm like, I'm good at sports gambling. And that's what everybody thinks who wins a little bit.
It's a disease.
And it is a disease that, and when you get a sniff of winning, you think you'll never lose again. And by God,
impossible.
Dude, that March Madness, I shit you not, opening round, 32 games, I bet you I went 2-30. And then you come down to earth and you're like, I can't keep this up. I'll never financially recover.
There's no way to win. I mean, it's got to be fun. I went from putting $5 on a ball game to putting, way more than I should. Yeah. And then it got to the point where when I lost, it hurt.
Oh yeah.
And that was when I was like, dude, I got to be
careful. Quit. Yeah. And I always tell my friends, it's like, dude, once you start raising your wager amount up, like once you go from $100 a game to $200 a game to $500 a game, then you can't come back down. Because once you come back
it's
down,
like a drug. It's just like a drug. It is a drug.
It doesn't burn the candle anymore, and you're going to get to that point where it just gets way too bad. Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you got your house on it.
It's a slippery slope, dude. I used to text. I had a group message with all my buddies. It was like a gambling group text. We're all sending our picks in, and my buddy would send in this lock of the day every day, and I swear to God, he went 1-9 the first 10 days doing it. And I remember after that day, I just sent him this skier that was like, it was a gif of this skier going down the slope. Makes 1 turn, 2 turns, falls, and then just starts snowballing down the hill. And that's what it is, dude, because you can't win over. I mean, you got to be able to do it for fun and be able to control yourself to the point where, okay, This isn't going to get out of hand. Yeah, it can't. That's when it gets bad for a lot of guys. Is they'll be out and about. They'll be mean to their girlfriends because they've lost in gambling. Or gambling controls the way they act towards other people. That's when you know it's fucking terrible.
That's
man.
when you've got the disease. That's when you've got the bug.
And you know what's sad about it is I bet you 75% of men. This is just
it's a man thing. Something about gambling is so manly.
Yeah, this stat could be wrong, but I would bet you three in every 4 guys.
I don't know. It feels manly.
Yeah.
I feel like, dude, there's just like, and it's not just sports. It's like gambling on a pool game. Dude, it just makes me.
A lot of time with gambling,
like my muscles are just so big.
Yeah, I don't think it's. Yeah, I don't know. If
Maybe not. I don't know. It just gets my blood going, and I just grip my teeth, and then I lose all my money, and I hate it.
Well, I don't think it's manly. I think that everybody wants to be right. Like
it's a manly thing to want to be right.
To want to be right. Yeah, it's not like, oh, I picked the football game correctly. It's that you were just right about something.
Gambling like a toxic masculinity thing? Would that fall into their umbrella of toxic masculinity?
Sure.
Like gambling? Is that like...
I guess. I don't know.
I think for some reason it's just incredibly addicting.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's like, dude, even like the old people at the casinos that just go in there and they ride the bus and they just hit a button. It's sad because Chuck E. Cheese, I think Chuck E. Cheese, if you're out there, Chucky or Cheese, you're training these kids to be addicted to slots because the games aren't even games anymore.
No.
You go in there, you put your token in. I think they probably even give you a card now, and you just hit a button, and it'll be like, you win, you lose. Hit a button. It's training you for slots. You'll go do all these other games we used to do as kids. They don't have a ball, pin, nothing. And you just go in there every single game, hit a button, you either win or you lose. I'm like,
so
these
you're
kids.
You're saying there's a conspiracy that casinos are now backing Chuck E. Cheese.
I think,
and they're training, they're grooming these kids early on. Is what you're saying?
What I'm saying is that Chuck E. Cheese is paid off by the casinos and the mafia. And dude, these kids, I mean, they're just learning at a young age to play these slots. And I'm telling you, dude,
you heard it here first, folks.
Same sounds, same sounds, and
and then the same dopamine hit. You're a kid, and you just like boom, jackpot, and you get 1,000 tickets, and you get to go buy a bunch of cotton candy and Fun Dip. Tell me you're not addicted at 5 years old.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is kind of ridiculous. It is. It's got to be the casinos.
Funny enough, though, Chuck E. Cheese.
You got to get the kids if you want to change a generation. You got to get the kids, and that's what the casinos are doing with Chuck E. Cheese and Dave and Buster's. They got the one for the teens too.
Yeah, but Dave and Buster's, I think it's
you got more skill.
It's groomed to adults.
Yeah, it really is. Because I am addicted to Dave and Buster's, and I would like to say that I really like gambling. I'm not going to say I'm addicted. I mean, do I wake up some days I'm like, I can't wait to bet on this ball game? I'll probably do that every now and then. Would you call that addicted? I wouldn't call that addicted. I mean, I don't shake football much. I don't get the shakes unless like it's a tight ball game.
Yeah. I think you're not addicted if you can go a few days without even thinking about it. And that's what I truly like.
I can go the rest of my life without thinking about it.
I like to think that like there's maybe it's just because there's no football on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but I don't think about gambling on Tuesdays and Wednesdays during football season.
Mm-mm. I don't like betting on action or nothing. My main thing's like NFL.
Like there's nothing
like
better,
last year, speaking, since we're talking about gambling, let's just go into when I had way more money than I should on the Jets winning the Super Bowl.
Oh my God, I know, dude.
Oh, and you remember it like they were like
me. I did the same thing. You talked me into it.
If there's a bad bet, I'm gonna find it.
Yeah,
like we're already
on Rodgers.
We already took Rodgers to win MVP next year.
He's not even signed with a team yet.
he's a free agent. We already took him to win the MVP next year. That was you though.
I know. It was.
You were the one that sent me this. That was the most degenerate thing ever. Sending me Aaron Rodgers MVP, and because you know what that's gonna do in my brain, being a Rodgers guy. In the back of my head, it goes, oh, what if he wins it? Oh, what if he wins the MVP and you didn't bet it?
I'm telling you.
I'm going to take if he goes to the Steelers, I'm taking the Steelers to win the Super Bowl, and I'm taking Rodgers. I've already got Rodgers MVP.
Yeah. Dude,
it's like 200 to win, what, 10 grand or something crazy?
It's 50 to 1. So, yeah, 200 wins 10 grand. Yeah.
You never know. Bet. Lock. Count it down. That's the lock of the year. Right
I don't know, dude.
I would not bet that. I do not. I
think it's really tough for if he's supposed to sign with the Steelers, and I think he will. I think it's really tough for a Steelers quarterback to win an MVP because their defense makes every game so sloppy anyways. Their quarterbacks don't have to do much.
Yeah, like on McAfee when he's like, dude, I'm just dealing with things. Get out of here, bro. We're all dealing with things.
Everybody's dealing with shit, and our livelihoods fucking revolve around
Where are you going to go, Aaron? Oh, I'm just dealing with a lot right now. Shut up, bro. Where are you going?
We all care a lot about
I've got a conspiracy about Aaron Rodgers that he's such an anti-vaxxer that he was willing to put his legacy on the line and go to the Jets, which are owned by the guy that's the Johnson brother,
Johnson,
the Johnson and Johnson. So he's such an anti-vaxxer that he went to the organization that's owned by a vaccine company and tanked the organization. I think that's how much I think that he's an anti-vaxxer. Now, could it just be that he's a little ass and
I think he
his
cares
Achilles
about his
was
football
hurt?
career a little more. Yeah, dude, people don't give him enough credit because A, we've seen how tough it is to come back from Achilles. B, he was a 2-time MVP, or he's 4-time MVP overall, but he won 2 MVPs back to back before he tore the Achilles. Like, dude, that's
He's a baller,
absurd.
dude.
Yeah, dude, he did that in his late
Big
30s.
Rodgers guy.
Yeah,
Now I have to buy a new jersey. I had just got a Packers Rodgers jersey
yeah.
when he left there, and then I got the Jets one. Now I guess I'm gonna have to get a Steelers one.
Dude, I'm a big Steelers fan just because. Well, I'm not. I'm a Bengals fan, but I've always liked the Steelers because one of the first NFL games I'd ever went to was Packers Steelers in Lambeau. This was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, I remember you had the big cheese on
the
your
cheese
head.
yeah. And that was just such a football rivalry, like Steelers Packers. It was Rodgers versus Roethlisberger. It was such a good atmosphere.
Versus cheese.
It was a 4:25 or a 3:25 afternoon game in Green Bay, and there was like a haze over the stadium. We tailgated with the locals, dude. It was cool. And watching the Steelers walk out, I just remember them getting booed in Lambeau, and I always liked the bad guys. So I was like, man, they're cool. And I like Tomlin too. He seems like a good guy.
Yeah, he is. Let's jump off to sports.
Yeah, I'm over.
We can get back to it. I'm over sports.
The Pope's dead.
Oh my God, isn't that crazy? I don't even know how any of that works. I thought that, I mean, dude, up until we were talking earlier, I thought that the Pope was like part of the royal family.
Nope.
Dude, that shows how out of the loop I am. I thought that the Pope was like part of this bloodline.
Nope.
And they're like all brothers or something.
I don't think they're all brothers.
Is that the stupidest thing ever to think? I don't know.
I think they call it the conclave.
I think I was thinking of like the royal family. I'm just thinking that the popes like are having babies. Do they even have kids? Can they have sex? Can the Pope have sex? I think that I think
sure.
Francis did with kids, but I don't know if didn't he?
I don't know. No, I'm speaking out of turn because I really don't know, but I do
Is
know
that true or no? Is that a rumor?
I think they can have post-marital sex.
Him with the kids.
I don't know.
Is that a rumor?
I
Probably.
think so. Yeah.
I don't know who I heard that from. I heard that from
I mean, that was
one of my buddies.
I don't know.
I mean,
He had a kid, I don't know.
Obviously, the
the money
stereotype,
line on
yeah.
that might be.
Yeah, the stereotype of all the
Yeah.
Catholic priests.
I wouldn't
is bad,
Google
but
that either.
No,
But no.
I'm not googling that.
Pope
They're-
with kids, that'd be a
they're
terrible
chosen-
thing to Google.
They're chosen by I think they call them the conclave of cardinals, and the cardinals are like not the congregation of the church, but they're a handful of priests,
Like
that are
elders.
there. Yeah, like elders, and they're like deacons of the church, basically.
Yeah.
I think
Maybe they'll get a
I
good
could be
one.
wrong,
They are.
but
They're
I know
like a
I
higher-
was reading the other day that they pick I guess
Are they
a few
like
guys.
they're already on it?
Yes, they're already. Typically, the
Surely
Pope,
they already thought about this.
Well, no, it's happened for 800 years. Whenever a pope dies, another one's elected within 2 to 3 weeks after the funeral.
So it's coming.
Oh, it's very soon. And what happens is they'll put up a couple of them and then they'll elect them.
Okay, I've got a crazy take.
2/3
here.
have to-
Aaron Rodgers to the Pope.
Shit,
Aaron Rodgers signs with the Catholic Church.
bro, that would be like that's. I don't think he's religious.
I don't know, dude.
I need a beer.
For the right amount of money, I think he would.
Yeah, I've watched about every single like electing a pope movie or show that they've had.
Oh, so you know something about it?
I mean, I'm not Catholic. I've just watched those shows. I mean, it's
I
pretty
don't-
much like they have to have a majority vote, or they have to get to a certain number. There's like a certain amount of cardinals, and they have to get to a certain number, like to be able to,
The only thing I know about Catholics is they can like cuss and repent, right? Like you can
We
repent.
can all repent.
Yeah, but but they got to go talk to a guy, don't they?
That's what they believe. Yeah.
Yeah, they got to go. There's like a guy for that in town that they got to go tell. Imagine being that guy.
I got a guy
and
for
just
that.
knowing everybody's shit. And it's like he's just sitting there talking to his wife. You won't believe it. Susie came in and she's screwing Tommy, and I can't tell anybody.
Dude,
Being the guy that just has to know all the local drama in that little hut, it's like they don't realize I can see right through that little window and see who they are.
I wonder how. I wonder the pressure of that because they're humans too, so they want to tell when they hear some spicy shit.
When I hear something, I almost just got to call somebody and get it
I
out.
love telling people bad news.
Oh, I do too.
Dude, remember the other night when that horrible weather was coming through and I was telling everyone there was a tornado on the ground?
It's about to touch down. It's about to touch
There's
down.
nothing more fun than saying, there's a tornado. It's right here. We got to be careful.
Dude, what is that in that human nature? You just like to, it's not just bad news, it's gossip too.
You just want to be the one
It's
to
just the
to
tongue.
know.
It's like
Yeah.
the nature
Oh,
of the tongue. You just got to watch it because, dude, I want to spill the beans. If I had a thing full of beans, I just want to, I don't know why. I mean, I'm pretty good at keeping a secret. I feel like anybody that's ever told me a secret might see this. I'll keep it. Unless I get too much drink in me, then I might tell it. But I'm pretty good at keeping a secret.
I'd say I'm really good too. I think I'm really good at telling a secret, keeping a secret. Unless I'm telling.
told on yourself.
Unless I'm telling like someone super close to me, like.
Yeah, you got your bros you can call.
Yeah, like if I heard a rumor or something that we found to be true, I know I could tell you because I know you wouldn't run out and be like, Hunter told me this.
No,
you know, and like there's a few people in my life that
There's
I can
also
tell
things that
to.
you
Yeah.
can tell and you can't tell. There's a fine line. Like
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
hear
yeah.
something and you're like, oh, I could probably like this one could be told. This isn't that
Yeah,
big of a
this
deal.
ain't
But there's some shit that you're like, I got to take that to the grave with me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Ain't no way I can tell that. Which leads me to the next thing with the take it to the grave. Would you want to fake your own death? I think about this all the time.
I think you got to be in like a public position to want to.
You want to know why?
Because I mean, it's your chance.
Ask
to
me
start
why I
over.
wanna-
Why would you?
Oh, that's what I was baiting you to do. Because, dude, think about like all the good things like that people say once you die. Like you could be like the worst person ever, and then when you die, they like put in the
He wasn't that
obituary.
bad.
He was a great man. He loved his family. Never even saw his kid, and they'll say loved his daughter. Was there for everybody. Was a great man in the community. I want to hear those things. Like why you gotta be dead and like floating around to see all these things and like damn, it's like I didn't know they felt like that.
Yeah.
So what I would want to do is I would fake my own death and I would just kind of stay in the shadows. And I would just see. I don't want to see people hurt. That would suck. I would almost just want to be like the secret thing. But hey, I'm actually
You'd have
not
to move
dead.
though. You'd have to move because if one
I don't want to do
person-
it for a long time. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm thinking like a Jesus time period, like 3 days.
Jesus.
I'm thinking 3 days, and then everybody like gets out as soon as everybody gets together and they tell all the good things about me. Then I'll just pop in and be like, I'm actually here.
I just wanted to make
Aren't
sure.
y'all happy? That great guy that y'all love so much and miss so much is actually not dead.
There's a
Or I just pop out of the coffin. Ah!
there's a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where the dude like has a funeral, a living funeral, so he can like see what people would say about him or
So
whatever.
you would actually come to the funeral.
Yeah.
I need to watch that, dude. That's exactly what I want to do.
Yeah, but then everyone's gonna think you're a terrible person for doing that. So then you just
know.
the rest of your life now you're like, oh, that guy. It's like the
I'll
boy
have to
who
do
cried.
it again.
If you died again, they'd be like, this motherfucker. It's like the boy who cried wolf.
I have an open casket. They're poking me.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure.
I don't know that he's dead.
Let me make sure.
Dude, I don't know. It's like, it might be the best thing for me being a musician. All my streams and shit would pop off.
It's like that girl that disappeared.
You know, I'll be
Gabby
like-
Petito. That's horrible. To
Was
talk
she a
about.
musician?
No. She was a vlogger.
Oh, and her shit popped off?
Rest in peace. Yeah, her boyfriend killed her out in the out west, and
I remember that.
she only posted one video of her vlog before he murdered her, and her video on YouTube got millions and millions of views after she passed because that was her thing. But
See, okay, so that's kind of what I'm getting at.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah. If you pass, then
And then my shit
that's
blows
horrible.
up, and then I come back, and I can collect that money.
Yeah, I guess.
know?
I can't, yeah, because you're back.
Because I'm back. What's
crazy,
up, everybody? I'm back. I was just messing with y'all. I was
Got
just
your
playing.
ass.
Got your ass. Wasn't that funny? Everybody's boo-hoo crying. I'm just like, wasn't that so funny? Ain't I so
man.
silly? Oh, my God, dude. I was just
Honestly,
thinking about
I could
that.
see you doing it of anybody.
I would do it, but I would have to let some people know. Like, I couldn't stand to see some people hurt. But then it'd be obvious. My parents are, like, giggling at my funeral.
Yeah,
Ain't no way, dude.
Ginger couldn't hold it in.
No. And she's over there just telling. My mom will tell some. She would tell everybody. I think he's actually not dead. He's just playing a game with everybody. I could see her just at the funeral, just people crying. Hey, quit crying. He's
It's like
actually
we're saying
not
about
dead.
telling news. She likes.
She would.
I
She
like
likes
it
telling.
too.
She,
Yeah, I like
she wants
say
to
it.
tell the
Yeah.
good news.
Oh yeah.
He's actually not dead. He's actually alive. He's so funny. He's look. You see him? And I got to peek my head back. I'm like, oh God, Mom, stop! I had a WWE entrance plan.
Undertaker.
I was gonna come in.
rise up.
I was gonna, ride in on a Harley.
Oh my.
Dude, that is so funny.
Yeah, I'm out on the faking the death thing. Unless you wanted to like completely start over.
Yeah, like Machiavellian, like
No,
go
I don't
away
want
forever.
to. No,
yeah.
I'm not like. I don't want like a fresh start. I want to I love the life that I've got.
Oh yeah, dude.
I don't want to leave it. That's why I would fake it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it would ruin the life you have. No one would think the same of
Has
you.
anybody ever tried this?
No.
Oh, they probably
I'm
try
sure,
all the
but
time.
yeah. Everyone thought that Katy Perry was going to fake her death going to space a week or two ago.
Oh, that's crazy. The whole time she was looking at the camera.
Oh,
She didn't even look outside.
Bullshit. Yeah.
She didn't even look outside and see outer space. She's like, look, I'm in outer space and it's on me. The camera's on me. Like, turn around and
That
acknowledge
whole thing
that outer space is there. But this is coming from a guy that, you know, I'd say these days it's a little less, but this is coming from a guy at one point that was probably over the 50%, halfway through the cup, I'd say. I was about 51% a flat earther.
Yeah. You need to go on that there's that.
I mean, and that was just like to get me from 49 to 51 and over the edge was just pure just wanting it to be flat, you know?
Yeah, it's not flat.
And then it got to a point where I just had to quit looking up stuff because I was just making myself look like an idiot.
We saw the study that the guy is doing. He's bringing all the flat earthers down to Antarctica to show them. I don't know the science behind it, but there's a billionaire out there that's bringing a bunch of flat earthers. I think the biggest social media influencers that are flat earthers. He's bringing them to Antarctica. And I guess down there you can see a certain way the sun rises and or actually I guess you see the sun the whole time, but there's a way that you can prove that the earth isn't flat in Antarctica when you're on the South Pole.
I hadn't seen that.
You need to look it up. I don't want to sit here and talk. Yeah. He's already brought them down there, and half of them or 3/4 of them were like, "Oh shit, it's not flat."
I would go down there. See, that's how in denial I was. I'd go down there and be like, "That don't mean shit.
Yeah,
it's flat, stupid."
Yeah, that documentary where they have you ever seen that?
Is it out of Antarctica?
They talk about it. They don't go to Antarctica. Now, this came out a couple of years ago, and they talk about they have a bunch of the influencers on there and stuff, and like they do all the science and everything, and pretty much like there's no way that they can't deny it. But then they kind of get to the point where it's like, really, I just love this community, and I can't.
That would be me.
You're just in the deep fake community. You just
that's me.
Yeah.
Just be like, dude, hey, what you're saying is true, but dude, don't ruin this for me. Yeah, Life is great being a flat earther.
I love these guys.
I love these guys. How in the hell could I quit on my team? Yeah. That makes me a quitter.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being wrong, but I don't like to be.
Dude, people swear that there's some secret society in Antarctica.
Oh, dude, I've been down every single rabbit hole. Like I've been down the rabbit hole that they believe that there's more land beyond Antarctica. So, like, we live in this small encapsulated place, and they're saying that there's just like this is an ice wall, and there's like tons of other countries
like
over
the
here.
Map extends.
Like the map extends. It's like Skyrim out there. Like it's just forever ending. And there's people that believe that. And I will say there's a point in time where I'm like, it's interesting.
Yeah, it is. It's fun.
I mean, how can you say it's not till you see it though? That's my thing with it all. Every single day when I walk out on this earth, it's other than hills and mountains. From my point of view, behind my lenses, it's flat.
Yeah, I guess.
Argue me that.
Astronomy. I mean, we've sent so many things into orbit now. I think they have.
Have you been into orbit?
Dude, my dad has been.
It's such a low IQ argument.
My entire life to me. Then he's been working for NASA and sending stuff up into space. And been like, Dad, what have you been doing for 10 hours a day?
Yeah,
he's just been at the bar hanging with the boys. Yeah. All the NASA scientists they just go in there and they clock in. They just got a pub in there and they sports gamble and shoot pool. What a job. Sign me up, NASA. Please hire me. I want to gamble with the boys and act like I'm a scientist. No, my cousin's a rocket scientist too. And one thing that he will say is he doesn't work for NASA, so he can't say. Is like there could be a chance we didn't go to the moon.
Yeah, I think that they definitely did. I think the CIA definitely had a plan to where if it blew up and it didn't work, to where they would still be like, "Yo, we got the footage of we did it."
It was an arms race. I mean, dude,
there's definitely some propaganda in there.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, they might have went. They may not have recorded them going, but they might have went.
All the NASA computers back then, all the NASA computers combined in one comes to 1 in 1,000th of what a phone can do.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
And my favorite thing is, which this could probably be debunked, is when Richard Nixon's talking on a landline. They ran a string all the way up there. The rocket just takes off and it's just got a coil of string just pulling. What did it get up to the moon? They just pulled it back.
I don't think that's how the landline works, is it?
A guy has to go through a landline. It doesn't go to a satellite.
This is above my pay grade here.
This is above my pay grade too. I'm going to look like an idiot talking about this.
Probably just goes to the same thing, like a serious radio transmitter.
Yeah, we were born into the home phone, but the detached home phone. Remember?
Yeah, it seems like when we were kids though, wasn't it? Didn't it mainly like it had the string one? But I guess it was the detach.
Yeah, I was born in '96, and I
you'd
remember
have the caller ID.
I remember being like 7 or 8 years old, like calling my girlfriend at elementary school, and we definitely had the attached landline. But then after,
you remember when you'd be calling like your girlfriend in like 5th grade?
Oh yeah.
And I had an older brother. God,
it.
Wesley. I'd be in there just like talking, like, "Oh yeah, you got McDonald's. How many chicken nuggets did you get?" Just talking to my little girlfriend about whatever kids talk about. I got a toy. I got a Happy Meal. I'll come out there, Wesley, but hey, oh shit, what'd you ask about chicken nuggets, loser?
Gay.
I'm just like, Mom. He'd be upstairs listening. You could hear him like, you could hear like,
yeah.
And then I'd always be superstitious, or I'd be scared, and I wouldn't talk about things with her.
Yeah.
Those were the days, though. You remember that rush when you'd have to make that phone call? My God, talk about sports gambling giving you a rush. When you was like in 5th grade and you had to make that phone call and talk to the dad.
Oh, I agree. Yeah,
and the dad be like, "Hello, who is this?" You're like,
"This is Austin Bohannon. I'm calling to talk to..." "May I speak with your daughter, please?
Oh, yeah.
I want to talk to her about chicken nuggets."
God, that was a crazy rush. And you're and then she gets on there and you don't even know what to say because you spent all day with her in class.
Yeah.
And you didn't even talk to her then because you were scared of her in person. That was me. Pass him in the hall, be like, hey.
Side hug.
Yeah. "Oh, sorry, I didn't see you." Clearly saw you.
Yeah.
Yeah, side hug. Oh my God, just barely stick it out and just yank it back. God, what a rush, huh?
When did you get your first cell phone?
4th grade, actually.
4th grade?
Yeah.
Damn, no way.
Well, that is early.
I got mine in like the 8th grade.
Verizon was doing a thing where if you bought a new phone, so my mom bought a new phone, they give you 2 lines and a phone for free.
Oh, okay.
So we had these like bottom of the barrel flip phones, and I'm pretty sure we were limited on I mean, there was only so many contacts I could even have back then because none of the kids had phones.
No, yeah.
And so a cell phone. So
Probably
I
just
mean,
had your family's
really
numbers,
just
right?
family.
Yeah,
and
grandparents.
Then, yeah,
aunts,
some of the
uncles.
kids got cell phones, and we would text back and forth, probably gibberish, because you had to hit the buttons. So like when you had to type, you had to if you want to say hey, you had to hit like 3 times, and then.
Hopefully, kids today don't understand that, but yeah.
T9 word.
I get it. Yeah.
What is T9 word?
T9 word, I think, was like one of the languages of the typing like that.
It's like an hour to type a sentence.
Oh yeah.
And then you
We were good at it though, dude.
Yeah, you look back and you messed up like the first word. You couldn't go back. You had to delete the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, I'll never forget my first cell phone was a Razor. Remember the Razors?
Oh yeah, those were pimping. But you had to have AT&T because Verizon didn't have them, which was bullshit.
My mom and dad had gotten me a Razor, and I'm talking first week I got it. I left it in my pocket, put it in the laundry, got washed, ruined it.
Oh.
And my
Did
mom,
you get in trouble?
Oh my God, my mom was like, "You're not getting another phone. That's it." Dude, I went like 4 weeks without a phone, and I thought my life was over because my girlfriend.
You couldn't even do that these days.
No. I went 4 weeks without one, and all my friends had it at that point. And I remember my mom was like, "You're going to pay for that, or I'm going to give you a Nokia."
Did you rock the Nokia?
Rock the Nokia for about, dude, I'm talking when I was a freshman in high school. Most people, when they were freshmen in high school now, you have the new iPhone or you have whatever.
God,
dude, I was using a Nokia.
Grow up on an iPad,
the Nokia was like,
here.
remember how little those Nokias were? I couldn't even fit it in my hands, dude. And God forbid you text on it, bro.
That's
You
the
would
one that
mess
didn't
up.
flip.
Yeah. No, it didn't
Oh,
flip. It
those
was
are
just
hideous. And all I had was Snake on it.
Yeah, the screen was the size of like a charger block now. Like that
remember
little
those.
square. Like you couldn't. I don't even know how we use those.
The
dude.
coolest one was the.
Bro, people used to send you pictures to those phones. And
Yeah.
like,
Oh.
what is that?
Dude,
What
you
is
can't
that? Is
see
that an
shit on there,
alligator?
yeah.
No, that's me getting ready this morning. That's my outfit. I'm coming over. Oh, is that an alligator eating a chicken? You remember the what are those phones? The cool ones.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, Sidekick.
Oh,
the sidekick
God,
that would
dude.
go up and sideways.
Somebody
yeah.
had one of those, man.
I
That
had
you,
one.
Did
Yeah.
you? You was a cool kid, man.
They were like, I remember the selling point was like, you can get on the internet. You can't get on the internet.
You can get on the internet, and also you're gonna get all the chicks, bro. Yeah, I mean, if you got the sidekick, brother, you're getting all the chicks. But let me touch it. Okay.
Dude, it's crazy.
It would do like a 360 backflip coming up.
Do you
It's like
remember,
sorcery.
Do you remember? I guess it was probably 7th or 8th grade for us when the iPod Nano and the iPod like Touch came out.
I remember
Because
that.
the iPod Touch was right before the original iPhone. I think.
Yeah.
I think we were in the 7th or 8th grade when that happened.
I can't remember why, but I never had one. But
I didn't either.
remember 'em.
But I remember someone at school had one, and that was the first time that you could like. I don't know if Snapchat was out just yet, but it was close.
Are you talking about the iPod Touch?
The iPod
I did
Touch.
have one of those.
Yeah. It wasn't the original iPhone yet, but it was iPod Touch. And I can't remember. I don't think we did Snapchat on there, but I remember you could take pictures on it. I remember we were in like 8th grade math, and someone had a tit pic. There was some girl in there on this iPod Touch, bro, and there's 8 boys at the
Why did I
science
just
table, and all of us were like looking over at this little iPod Touch. And bro, I'm shitting you not. Every one of us were just like eyes this big looking at it, and looking back, thinking about how far iPhones have come, dude. That iPod Touch was probably the size of like a little Nokia. Like it was probably 2 or 3 inches by 4 inches. Like, dude, there's no way you could really see anything.
And the quality was terrible. Every like teenage boy's first search.
Yeah.
Naked boobs. Naked boobs. That's every
100% that is.
Don't give a 12-year-old Google. First thing they're searching is naked boobs.
Yeah, boobs.
Naked boobs. They'll search boobs first. It won't work for them. Then they'll search naked boobs.
Oh, yeah.
And then they'll have a parental block or something, hopefully. God, dude, those were the days, man. We didn't even realize we were living back then.
No.
Every single thing was new.
It was.
You know, that's the thing about getting older. It feels like, I mean, just like if you don't have, how much new stuff can you do? And it's like, once you do something a few times, it gets old and you don't get that same hit, you know, like, but when you were a kid, dude, everything was new.
We grew up in a
going to the grocery store. I remember going to Walmart was like a big deal.
Yeah.
I used to love it. I would just grab all the toys, and my mom wouldn't buy them. I'd cry, dude. I remember that, dude.
Think about it like this, though. We grew up in a fantastic time. Like, there's probably not a better time to grow up in the history of the world, because every year something brand new in technology would come out, and we would get to be the first ones to use it as like a 12 or 13-year-old. Think about our parents. Think about
and now the
the
things
90s,
that came
like,
out
dude,
then are using us, I feel like.
Yeah, but it's just like if you grew up in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, which I guess I'm speaking for my parents and other people, we didn't experience it. But like, how far did technology come in those 30 years versus what it did in the 10 years that we were growing up?
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think that like 2012, and I'm sure it's been more now, but since AI and everything, but 2012 was the first year that like there had been more like tech developments in that 1 year than all of history
all the time.
that.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, dude. And we grew up. I mean,
2012 is the year they said that it all ended.
Yeah, that's right. I was 16. I was 16-year-old.
That, dude. Everything's felt so damn weird since 2012. I don't know. 2016 was a good year, but other than that, dude, everything's been weird.
I don't know, dude. Dude, I feel like every year since 2018 has been great.
I've loved every year. It's just like weird. It's like everything's like the WWE now.
Yeah, like it's almost like everything's just written. It's all
fake. Like it's like the world's a stage now. It's like if you go back and watch Trump on WWE, he's just like the king of like, you know, the selling and the acting,
the show. Yeah,
and it's like he's so good. I mean, granted, he may not be playing a character, but if he was right now, he's doing good.
He's the best actor in the world,
dude. He's so good.
He can sell anything.
He can sell it. He can stir the pot. He can.
If you think about, I guess, the conspiracy theory of the deep state, right? It's like the deep state controls everything, and they're just you know, pulling the strings of every puppet. There's really no left and right. Like,
no, therefore they're both bought and paid for by the same people.
Yeah, the deep state loves. I would think
they love division.
They love it that we're all divided. That half the country hates each other.
So you think that they care that Trump's in right now? They love it.
They love it. They want it. Yeah, dude, they want him in. And dude, how funny would it be though if somehow we could figure out if a glimpse into the deep state would just be let loose, and then the country could see like, oh fuck, this is all one big theater play that we're all watching unfold in our federal government. It'd be hilarious. Then everyone maybe would come together. I don't know.
Yeah, they're never going to let it happen. And I think that people don't
or if it did happen, people wouldn't believe it.
People wouldn't believe it. Yeah, they're so comfortable where they're at. They'd be in denial. And it's like, I mean, back in the 1800s and the early 1900s, like people would risk their life for something they believed in. But like, dude, now we've got air conditioning, we've got fast food, we've got all these things that are so convenient. It's like, why would nobody's just like, I will die for this cause. They're like, oh hell no, I got it good at the house. I'm chilling. I got a Netflix show I'm watching. You know, that new season just dropped. Like, I got work tomorrow. I got bills. I don't think I'm just gonna go, you know, die for something.
Yeah.
Today, back in the day, dude, they were gritty.
Back in the day, they would, but definitely not today. Yeah, life's too convenient and easy. You're right.
Man, we still got some dogs out there.
We still got some dogs here in Alabama.
I mean, we got some Navy SEALs and stuff.
Oh, yeah. 1%.
No,
we got
no.
1%ers.
Oh, yeah. Not to take the military. Those guys would die for us any day.
99% of
thank God for them because we wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know how. If they sent us to war, we'd be like, oh fuck, here we go. I'd shit my
What
pants.
kind of beer on tap do they have in Iraq?
Yeah, they ain't got Modelo over there. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Where's the local pub?
Remember, we were at a wedding in Florida, and we met a.
Was he a Navy SEAL?
No.
He's
a Green Beret.
Green Beret.
Yeah, badass motherfucker, dude. And he was telling us that we were asking him his political views. We were all drinking, just hanging out.
Pretty much said he doesn't have.
But
any,
he said a lot of them in the military don't have political views because you're going to take orders no matter what. Mm-hmm. And now my thought was like,
that though.
I could see that, and my thought was like, well, I guess whether you truly believe in like the people calling the shots or not, that would kind of be my only thing. Is like
that would conflict with how you perform and everything.
Yeah,
so, I mean, I get being neutral.
I get what he was saying, and dude, he was making great points about how like you know what you're signing up for. So no matter what,
for the country, whoever the country
elects, and if they say to do it, you do it, and you do it for your country, and you do it willingly, no matter what. And I thought that was bad.
We were trying to get him to be like, just tell us that you're just so super conservative.
Yeah, and he was awesome though. It was great. It was good. It was good to hear his perspective from a military side of just.
Yeah, put it in perspective where you're like, damn, dude, like I get that. Like there's no room for opinion in that situation. Like
no. Because our opinions don't matter
will get you
at all.
killed over there.
Yeah.
Like, damn, dude, respect, bro.
Damn right, dude. That was crazy.
What a badass.
It was a good
He probably could have
conversation,
just throat punched, kicked, and just killed all of us in like 10 seconds, I bet. I don't know.
He'd be a mean son bitch.
What is the thing that they're doing on the internet right now? It's like 100 men versus one gorilla. Have you seen that? Who would you take, 100 men or 100 people? I guess
talking about the two guys that do the biggest of the big thing, or
whatever? I don't know. I just seen a couple people making videos. It was 100 people, so it'd have to be fair. So we still live in a little bit of a DEI time. So let's say 50 women, 50 men. Can't just be men. I feel like that evens the playing field. 100 people versus one gorilla. What are you doing?
I'm taking the people.
100%.
But if you said 50. I'm taking the gorilla.
Really?
Bro.
A silverback.
They are unbelievably
it's a big one. It's a
strong.
damn King Dong.
Dude, those guys.
It's King Dong.
Dude, those gorillas are
They call him
ridiculous.
Big D.
Dude, and even, what's even crazier is I think a grizzly bear would tear that gorilla to shreds. And
Grizzly bears are crazy.
They weigh 1,000 pounds.
I saw some guys talking about they do like a whole show based on like animals, like I know we've all had like the fucked up conversations of what about an orca versus a whatever.
Love it.
But they were talking about how many silverback gorillas it would take to take down a polar bear if you were in a polar bear's environment. And I was like, well, I don't know.
That's a good question because the monkeys, the gorillas are in a hot environment. They'd be cold.
Take a few.
Remember we were in Alaska and I think Bert, it was Joseph's host dad, was telling us if it's a brown bear, lay down
and play dead.
Yeah, play dead. If it's a black bear,
fight
back.
Hey, bear, or no, fight back. But also you can scare them off, right? By being loud.
Yeah, but he was saying it was just like a common rule of thumb with bears, and it was like brown bear, play dead. Black bear, fight back. Polar bear, see ya, buddy. You're dead.
You're dead.
Polar bears are the meanest things in the world, and they're so hungry all the time.
They look so damn cute on a Coca-Cola, though.
Yeah.
At what point did they make Coca-Cola and they're like, a polar bear would be great for this?
I think I'm taking a polar bear versus two gorillas. 3 gorillas, I think, have it.
Numbers matter.
Because, 3's a party.
Yeah.
3's a party. I think 3 gorillas would take down a polar bear, but I think 2v1, I think the polar bear could take them.
All right, here we go. Since we're playing this, what about like NFL mascots if they were the actual thing and they played each other? Like you had the Dolphins versus the Bears, or you had like the Eagles versus the Vikings.
I mean, the Bears are probably pretty good.
You had the Texans.
Did the Texans have guns? I think they did this on another podcast.
Yeah, I saw Chris D'Elia do this.
Yeah.
I just got all the different ones. What the hell's a 49er?
I mean, the Chargers are a lightning strike. Dude.
Oh, my God.
Those things would ruin everybody. Yeah.
That is true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's a tough combo.
Cowboys and Texans is like just the Alamo again.
Mm-hmm. That's been done. We've seen the movie on that.
I mean, low-key, Tennessee's probably wrecking everybody.
The Titans.
The gods.
God,
the
Greek
the fathers of the gods. I mean,
Yeah.
What's the worst one?
You mean like the
Seahawks.
the biggest force, the worst one?
The worst one.
Probably the Dolphins. Unless
The
you're
Browns.
What are the Browns are dogs, right?
I don't know.
Aren't they dogs?
I thought it was just a shit or something.
No, you got a
Gotta
browser
look
on
it
that,
up.
buddy.
I thought it was just like a shit.
I think the Cleveland Browns are like
Giants would be tough.
Yeah.
Bengals would be tough. Dolphins probably the smartest of all the things out there.
Yeah, but if we're fighting on land, they're done.
Yeah, but if we're fighting in the ocean,
Yeah.
it's a different ball game. I don't know what the Browns are. I guess it's just
I think it's a dog.
you can't let no dog go out and fight there. The dog's too sweet.
Hold on, Noah's got the answer for us. What is it?
A Cleveland Brown is a character on Family Guy.
Cleveland.
That is so funny.
It's named after their first head coach, Paul Brown.
Really?
So we got Paul Brown out there. He's probably one of the weaker links. I'd take a dog over him. His old ass. Yeah, Chris D'Elia does a funny skit on that. I remember seeing.
You learn something new every day, huh?
Hey, I read a quote the other day. You want me to read it to you?
Yeah.
I want to cheers to it.
All right.
Drinking beer may not add years to your life, but it'll add life to your years.
You damn right it will.
Isn't that so moving?
Yeah.
I saw that and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna crack a cold one, dude.
Yeah, dude, what life are you living if you're not having fun?
Oh
I
God,
mean, dude.
I thought that was a great quote.
That is a fantastic
There is such
quote.
thing as too many, but
Yeah, I mean you have to have there's a line.
yeah. And then you mix it with football, or golf, a hot summer day on a boat,
Yeah, those are
a
good
sunset,
reasons.
a sunrise. If it's cold outside, it's hot. You got a lot of shit going on. You ain't got nothing going on. A cold beer, man,
Yeah.
pairs with everything.
Yeah, it's
When's a
one of
bad
those
time to
things-
drink a beer?
Ah, dude.
When's a bad time to have a beer?
Monday morning. I don't know, but to say that, I mean, there's been some Mondays where we play golf and I've drank beer on
Monday morning is a bad
yeah.
time to have a beer.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, like if you're, Sunday morning is not a great time, but I mean, if you Sunday fun day,
Sunday after 12 is good. Yeah, I don't like
After
drinking
church.
Yeah, well, Alabama has a law where you can't sell alcohol before 12 o'clock on Sunday. I think that's a great law because honestly,
other than like when you're going on the boat on Sunday.
yeah, but you can buy it on Saturday.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of another bad time to drink a beer.
I would say
Probably before like school.
late Sunday night and Monday morning in an adult's life is what
In
I'm
an
saying.
adult's life?
If you work a 9 to 5, you have a normal job.
Before work.
Before work's tough. You
After
really,
work, that shit is.
Yeah, dude. Moderation. But that's the thing, bro. It's hard to have moderation when it's a good time. Like, do we have moderation on football Saturdays?
Kid's birthday
No.
party at Chuck E. Cheese. Is that a weird time?
They don't sell alcohol at Chuck E.
They
Cheese.
definitely have beer at Chuck E. Cheese.
They have beer at Chuck E. Cheese. I heard that.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's grooming you for a casino.
Hey, this is actually a really funny conversation. So
they got beer at the casino.
Listen, let me tell you the story. I was at Steve Garrett, our high school baseball coach. I was talking to him. This is probably a month or two ago, and we were talking about how he had his daughter's birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. And I was like, dude, invite me. I love playing the Chuck E. Cheese games. He goes, well, you can't go without kids. And I was like, oh, you're right.
That would be so weird if you're just hanging out at Chuck E. Cheese.
You cannot just show up at a Chuck E. Cheese without having
Well, I will
children
say
with
that
you.
is a phenomenal rule.
That's a great rule.
That
Thank
is
God.
a great rule for Chuck E. Cheese.
But
to have.
he said that. I just laughed. I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
That would be
because-
weird if you knew that. Like if like you're like, oh yeah, man, they didn't let me in that one time.
But I can't believe they serve alcohol at Chuck E. Cheese. Is that a real thing?
They
So,
do.
I've heard that.
We used to do mixers there in college, so it's like I knew that you had to have kids with you unless you rent the whole place out.
Oh, okay. That makes good sense.
Were y'all playing the games?
Oh yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Well, yeah, you'd have to
That was
rent.
before they were just the button too.
Dude, remember that one where you would have to get the wheel would spin and you'd try to stop it right on the number of tickets?
Screw that game,
That
dude.
game was fun, dude.
Even when you would think you would have it, it'd be off by one.
Yeah, tick over.
You remember the pirate ship game that had an actual pirate ship steering wheel?
No.
God, I felt like I was Jack Sparrow, dude. Should be leaning this way. You'd have to wheel it that way.
Dude.
Or the machine that you could shake and the coins. But There was like a thing on it where you couldn't shake it; it would alarm, but like you could always get away with a little bit. So you could just like I would just like go up there and I would just throw a shoulder into it and just act like I didn't mean to do it. And coins going up. I'm like, hell yeah! Dude, go to the other one over there, and throw a shoulder into it. Bing, bing, bing. If it went off, I'd just take off walking.
Yeah, you're a big kid. You could do it. I believe it.
Or if you'd find a machine that's just like leaking tickets, you could just like slowly pull them out as long as they wouldn't break.
Yeah,
because they was just like they were like it was something was loose, and you just slowly would keep going, just be looking around,
touch and feel. Yeah, dude. Actually, we cleaned out my parents' storage unit 2 days ago, and I found my old Game Boy. Did you have a Game Boy?
I did. I had all the different ones, I think.
Dude, I found a bag of all
the
my
DS.
No. I had the Game Boy SP.
SP.
I
like
found
that
a
one.
Game Boy Color. I found both of them. I found my DS too. They were all in a bag, and a PSP. Remember PSP?
Oh yeah, that was
PlayStation Portable little thing.
Oh, dude, those are
It's in my
crazy.
truck. I'll show it to you. I brought the PSP just to show you. But I found a bag of my old Pokemon games, like the original Game Boy Color Pokemon games. Dude, those brand new, like if they were still in the case before, if you just bought them 25 years ago and never opened them, sell for hundreds of dollars now.
That's crazy.
They're collectibles. Yeah. Same with
That's what we need to do these days is like just buy things and not open them.
Oh,
right?
I know, dude. The original iPhone. Did you see one win at auction? It was for a few $1,000s. I mean, and there's
Who would
no
want
telling.
it though?
It's a collectible.
On a wall.
Imagine the original iPhone in an unopened box.
That's kind of lit. Dude.
That
But
is
who would not open it?
That is a huge. Think about the turn of technology after the iPhone.
That's crazy. Dude, it was just like a blink of an eye.
Yeah. Now we're on iPhone 17.
Dude,
Is it
I feel like
17 now.
blink your eye, we're just gonna have the chips in us.
What iPhone?
The damn
are we
mark
on
of the
now?
beast
Is
is
it
just-
17?
16.
How long
16?
till you're like eyeball? It's connected to your eyeball, and you're just like
did
cross-eyed, and just you can just see. Dude, you can play games. In your
I don't
head.
know.
You look at Elon's Neuralink or whatever, bro.
Is he the Antichrist?
No,
Who's the Antichrist? Is it Elon?
no, I don't think it's Elon. I think Elon generally wants to help society. I don't think he's.
It seems like it. And dude, one thing he wants to do is he wants to procreate.
I was about to say, he likes life too much, I think.
Yeah.
Dude is out there just DMing girls like, hey, let's make a baby.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
There's a girl, the Ashley Saint, whatever, St. Clair or whatever, that he's having like all this stuff on X with.
I don't know.
She's from Culver Heights.
No way.
Bennett has her number and used to talk
Shut
to her.
up, bro.
I swear to God, dude. She's from Culver Heights, moved to New York. She's like big and conservative stuff. And he found her, had a baby with her. And she's the one that's like beefing on there because he only gave her like X amount of million. And she had to sell her Tesla that he gave her and stuff.
All right, bro. I'm out on Elon Musk now. If he's talking to a girl from Colbert Heights, I'm out, dude. I'm done with him. I used to love him. I loved him. I've loved him up
That's
until
old
about
man
5 or 10
Mountain
minutes
over there,
ago.
baby.
Yeah, dude. I'm out. If you're Elon Musk, dude, you're the richest man on this planet.
Colbert Heights.
And you got a girl from Colbert Heights, buddy. You were up the wrong
Bennett still
tree,
has her
buddy.
phone number.
Oh my God, dude. Get me away from him.
God.
She could look like Sydney Sweeney if she's from Colbert Heights.
She
I'm
don't
out.
look like Sydney
I'm
Sweeney,
out,
but
dude.
she'll
I'm
look bad.
out.
But she ain't no damn Sydney Sweeney. She's got some damn Colbert Heights in her. Pull her up. Yeah, that's her. That's the girl from Colbert Heights.
Wow.
Look up where she's from, Noah. Just look up her name and then say where
She
she's
probably
from.
doesn't claim Colbert Heights. She probably claims.
I owe you
Birmingham or
$20.
Huntsville.
I owe you $20 if I'm wrong.
Well, she probably doesn't.
Wait,
claim
no,
it.
that's stupid because what do I get if I'm right? Nothing.
But if you're out in LA, and obviously it's a little different because Muscle Shoals is a music town. But if you're trying to explain to someone that's from California or from New York or from anywhere in the country that doesn't know anything about Alabama, you're gonna say Huntsville or Birmingham, right?
Yeah, for sure.
We're from Muscle Shoals, Florence, but to make it easy on people,
I'm gonna say
you
I'm-
heard of Birmingham or Huntsville, and like I
About
feel
an hour from
like if she's not gonna claim Colbert Heights, she's gonna claim Birmingham or Huntsville or maybe even
I think it's in her bio
Memphis. I don't know.
on X. I'm pretty sure it says out like Colbert Heights.
Good for her. She fucked Elon?
Yeah, I had a baby with him.
No way.
Okay, it does not say on her
How many
thing.
babies does he have?
A bunch, like 10, I think. He's got that one that's trans, too.
Woof.
Yeah. Hey, you can't go 10 for 10. 10 for 10's on a hell of a batting average. Sometimes you just got to,
Dude. You are right.
I know I'm right. I just wanted you to prove me right. I don't have
Yeah.
to see it. It's crazy, though. Like, before long, how long is it going to be till you got, like, the bot, like the The one, not like the Megan Fox one. That's weird because she was Megan Fox and a bot in the movie. But like have one living in your house.
I think we're further off than you think from that.
The thing about technology too is if they can make a buck off of it, they're going to do it. Like there's not much technology that's hidden.
No. We're a long way from that because of how expensive they would be for the average American. That's just not even. Maybe uber rich people could have a robot that would be like a housemaid or like a butler or whatever, but not for normal people.
I would say 10 years isn't crazy.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. Think about how expensive that would be.
Oh yeah, St. Clair, my fault. I was probably saying, yeah, that was her to the wrong person earlier.
No, that was a picture of her, but then Sinclair is evidently a porn star. That's why I was like, what the
God,
fuck are these
Elon.
pictures?
Jeez, no
She's
wonder.
next. Don't give Elon any
No wonder.
ideas.
Oh, I'm sure she's from Florida, dude. A Florida woman.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Clear water, dirty what?
Oh,
Woo! Dude, am I stupid? What would be the math on that? An hour and 20 minutes would be what? 100. Hour and 20 minutes would be 80 minutes. Damn, dude, why did they do that? Why did they do like that's like the it's like why do we do the inches versus centimeters? Like just anti-British? Yeah. And then we're just like we're going to do something completely different. We're going to do gallons. And we're going to do quarts. And we're going to do inches and we're going to do miles. Dude, the other system makes much sense.
We had two pretty brutal wars with them, so I think they were just like, you know what, fuck them.
And they're just like, we're just going to come up with the most ass system ever. It's just going to be complete opposite. Nothing's going to line up. It's going to be a bunch of decimals. That's before calculators. Yeah. You're going to talk about, damn, you doing that long paper division. You're like, oh, my God, dude, here comes another decimal. And it's a never ending. That's when that came up. I bet you that's when they came up with never ending decimals. You know how we learned about, what is that called? The never ending numbers, repeating decimal. That's when they came up with them, is when they were having to transfer United States like inches into centimeters. That's the first time they ever saw just a never-ending decimal.
No, it was way before that.
I don't know.
I can promise you it was.
You mean Pythagoras and all them was dealing with that?
Well, pi was probably figured out way before the metric and the standard system.
Oh, yeah. They've been making pi for a long time.
Shit.
They've been making pi since shit, dude.
Do you remember Pi Day at school?
Yeah. We'd have pizza.
Yeah, yes, but it was March 14th.
3.14. I used to know like a lot of it.
Oh,
3.14, something. I ain't even gonna make myself look stupid. I know it. I'm just.
It's a good guess.
I know it, but I mean, you know.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Well, do you know the pi number?
I know 3.14. I don't know it. I don't know it.
No, it's 3.14159.
Is it? I don't know anything past
265.
That's really good. I don't know that. I'm not sure.
Dude, we need to bring a Rubik's Cube on here and let you solve it.
I can derive an equation if you want me to, but
I don't think I'm into that.
I don't know if that's staggering the masses.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't.
You just go on there and you just do it wrong, and me and Noah are just like, "Yeah, good job. That seems right."
I could write anything, I'd be like, "Yeah, hell yeah."
Is that a penis? Yeah. Yeah. How did we derive to that? We derived to a cock. Good job. Yeah, I believe it. Oh, that's funny. Did we find out where St. Clair was from? It said Alabama.
No, it says Florida, and then raised in
She's
Colorado.
gotten way too much attention. We're done with her.
I just wanted to prove that I was right.
You were right. No, you're right.
Just give me that. Thank you, man.
Yeah, it didn't say that she never lived in Alabama. It said born in Florida.
Nice. That's not a bad place to be born from. My buddy's down there, and I just had another buddy move down there to Tampa. Got a free place to stay.
Florida's a fucking. That is the wild, wild west. And
they got alligators. They got.
Dude.
It is kind of crazy.
Dude, just Google Florida man today. Let me read off what Florida man is today. You want to see it? I bet it's funny.
Why do they say Florida man every time?
Dude, just Google. You should Google it every morning.
I remember on my birthday.
Florida man. Here it is. You ready?
It's like Florida man murders his family.
Okay, 3 days ago, Florida man caught on camera pinning down an 11-year-old girl he thought was egging his home. All right?
God. Does he get in trouble for that? Surely, right?
Yeah.
Did she egg his house, though?
I don't know. But, dude, you can read these 8 hours ago. Florida man offers alcoholic drink to deputy during the vehicle chase.
Florida man arrested for pooping on a possum in public.
There it is. Yeah.
What did the possum call?
That's a winner.
The possum called like, it's getting shitty over here.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro, Florida is a wild place. It's
Possums
so much
are
fun.
kind
I
of
love
nasty,
going down
though.
there.
They're probably
Yeah,
like,
they're gross,
that possum
dude.
was like, hell yeah.
Florida
they're gross.
woman calls 911 over somebody stealing her weed.
Oh, God.
That's pretty normal, though.
Stealing weed? Calling the cops, though?
I don't know. It depends if it's in a legal state or not.
Oh, I guess it is what it's like. It's like medical illegal.
Yeah, you
there.
can-
They're selling that Delta whatever derivative.
Delta 9.
Delta 9. Yeah, they got flour in all the Indian gas stations here. I don't know how they get away with it. That's got to be just
They
weed.
didn't get away with it. Every gas station here got busted except for 2 or 3.
Well, not the
few weeks
Sunoco
ago.
that's got the Casa behind it, because I went in there last night and they got weed in there.
Let them
crazy.
know.
The Sunoco off of Woodward, right by the Casa, has weed in it. Marijuana. And it's probably good shit. It looked
I'm
like
sure
it.
it is.
Yeah, they had that shop blow up over here too that had all the weed vapes and stuff they're selling to kids
That was my
with
parents'
the
warehouse.
fentanyl in it. Still?
Not that blew up. No.
Oh.
That was their warehouse 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, and then they got it after?
Yeah, they haven't been in it since then. But like, dude, that's crazy. I saw the picture on the police department website, and I was like, holy shit! I used to work there every day.
Wild. I mean, I guess they're going to get in trouble.
Apparently, that's where
It'll
they.
be like everything else. Nothing happens.
So there's a conspiracy to it that all those gas station owners that got in trouble for selling all the, the weed pens and they were, I guess they were selling whippets too, but apparently that was their warehouse where they stashed a lot of their drugs.
They were selling Viagra to kids.
Yeah,
too.
they were. They were selling legit Viagra. There were 16-year-olds buying it, bro.
Why are all these kids just bricked up walking around?
Dude, that's so terrible.
Why does a 16-year-old need to go?
If you're 16 and you need Viagra, bro, you got some issues. You got a long life ahead.
Buddy, you're gonna be 26 and it ain't gonna work.
Oh.
You're gonna have to use Viagra for the rest of
At
your life.
16, the wind's just got to blow the wrong way, and you just damn near need to just jam that thing between a door. God.
Something like that.
Something like that. God, those were the days.
Oh yeah.
I'm ready to do our scratch off.
Yeah.
You gonna go ahead and do it?
Yeah, I got one thing to say though. Another week. Has anything changed from a week ago who you would swap lives with? Anything happened this week?
Who would I swap lives with this week? Shador Sanders.
No, you wouldn't.
I would swap lives with him just to feel how stupid it feels to think you're going number one. Didn't he wear the custom Giants cleats, the cleats or whatever?
I don't know.
Thinking
I don't
he-
think he knew. He didn't think he was going one, but I think he thought
I wouldn't swap with him. I'm
The
just
Saints
kidding.
or the
I picked the
Steelers
wrong
would've-
guy.
would've gotten
Maybe
him,
that
but-
would be the guy I wouldn't swap with, actually.
I wouldn't swap with Shannon Sharp right now.
Oh.
He's getting shook down by an OnlyFans girl that he
Speaking of Viagra, he's like he always does the commercials for him, I see.
hymns or something or
One of them that
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, gets you bricked up.
dude
Buy
him and
this.
that dude he
It was with an OnlyFans model, too. Bro,
it's
come
like
on.
he's
Have some
not-
decency.
bro, how stupid can you be? You know bad things are going to happen when you start sleeping with these young OnlyFans girls that are out for one thing and it's money. Like, dude, Shannon, come on, bro. You're a Hall of Famer.
Dude. She's going to get paid, too.
She sure is. He offered $10 million in settlement and she said no. And she's going to take him to trial over. She wants $50
Did you see
million.
the Shane Gillis thing? Where he was talking about it, and he said, I don't know anything about it. He was like, but the only thing I can gather is I saw the video of Shannon Sharp, and he's like, they're going to release a 30-second tape, release the
the whole
10-minute
thing.
version.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
just letting everybody know that I last longer. I didn't bust in 30 seconds. Pretty much is what he's saying. Hey, I went 10 minutes. Y'all released the whole thing.
Well, dude, everybody thinks Shannon Sharp's gay. Antonio Brown tweets that he loves
Is he
dicks
just
every
doing?
day.
Is he just doing this to prove that he's not gay?
Dude,
what a horrible way!
Dude,
$50 million.
I swear he leaked or accidentally went Instagram live when he was fucking that girl just to prove that he's not gay. Or just to show that he does sleep with women and not men.
What a brutal time we live in, dude.
Shay Shay.
It feels like everything's just, it's like everybody just does everything for clicks, it feels like. I wouldn't be surprised if this lawsuit's not even real and they just wanted to get a bunch of clicks off of it.
No, that's not true. He's gonna lose his
I bet you that girl's
job.
OnlyFans is booming.
Oh no, she's doing it for it, but for him, he's losing his
I
job.
bet you dudes are just searching her shit left and
Bro,
right.
ESPN has to hate the fact that he's been at ESPN for 6 months and now two big things.
What a
have
way to
dropped about
promote
him.
your
Yeah, dude.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's brutal.
That is actually brutal.
You wanna
We don't have to
scratch
end
these
after
off?
this. I'm itching.
You're itching to gamble?
I'm itching to gamble. Which one do you want?
I don't know.
These are $10 lottery tickets.
Hold on, let's look at the numbers. You pick a number. So
7.
Well, just say even or odd.
Odd.
Here you go. You got number
Was it a
9.
7?
Number 9.
Shit.
I got 10. Dude, if we win $300,000, I will.
Oh my God, dude! This will be the last episode of the podcast ever. I'm gonna be on an island. First episode's the last one. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my number's bigger than 300K. First number's 19.
I'm gonna use this beer tap to scratch this off. That's good luck, right? This will work.
Number 48. Best thing to do is just scratch it all the way, and then I'm gonna have to vacuum now because these things get shit.
I've been
everywhere.
a degenerate and drank at the gas station in Tennessee and did this here. This works way better.
Really?
I'm serious. Use it from the side.
Beer top?
Yeah, beer tap. The tab.
Oh my God!
It's fantastic, huh?
You just went to the state line and drank beer and played scratch offs?
We used to do it in high school.
That does sound like a fun time, actually.
Well, when you're a kid and you think, not when you're a kid, we were 18 at the time. When you can finally you could finally buy lottery tickets.
Still a kid.
I was going to be rich.
Dude, if I hit this 100K, it's going to be crazy. Or 300K. Dude, this actually works way better than a key.
It does.
Is that what they do? Beer companies, they know that they want you to gamble and do scratch offs, so they make these things just so good.
No, that's not at all what they do, but
it's just coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got a question.
I think this is a loser, buddy.
I got a question.
Yeah, what's up?
If you hit it, are you going to split it with me?
Yeah, I'll split it with you. If you hit yours, you're going to split it. You lost already, didn't you?
No, I don't have to. I just want you to split it with me. That's fair. We both get 150K.
That'd be fun.
Is yours a loser?
I've got 3 numbers left. Just checking.
All right. God, dude, this shit gets everywhere.
Yeah, it does.
Ugh. All right, my winning number's 19. Do we have any 19s? No 19s.
I lost, brother.
48.
Man, what a fucking
48.
What a bummer.
No 48s.
That's
no
a loser.
50s?
That is a loser.
You didn't have one winner?
I didn't have one. Yeah, I think it went right at the camera.
Dude, am I illiterate? What's going on? 44, don't have one? There's no way, dude, you don't have any. 46? Bro.
When we go buy more, you can just have them scan it.
14.
You won?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Another ticket.
Jesus Christ. Dude.
I'm not going it. Should I rip it up or should I go get the ticket?
We'll use it. I'll go back and get another for the next episode, and we can use that for a free ticket.
Let's go, dude. I got one more chance at it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But we're splitting it, so it's half mine.
Winning ticket.
I've got half.
Right, I'm going to try to toss it at it. I don't want to throw it because I won, but fuck it.
Yeah, you shouldn't throw winners.
I'm going to go pick that up. Well, dude, it's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun riffing, talking.
Bullshitting.
What you got later?
Dinner.
You gonna go to dinner?
Yeah, let's go eat. Let's watch the draft, dude. NFL draft, second rounds tonight. Maybe my
What
Bengals,
time does it come on?
7, I think. Maybe my Bengals will do something good. Joe Burrow, talk the boys into something.
Maybe Shadur will get
each
drafted.
round.
32. Yeah.
32.
Oh, okay.
One for the amount of teams, and there's 7 rounds.
You said it starts at 7?
I think so.
That makes logical sense.
Yep. But every team doesn't have a pick every round because there's trades made.
Yeah, sometimes like a team will have 2 picks.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they'll have none.
Or you're the Bears, and I think the Bears have 2 top 10 picks last year because they took Caleb Williams and dude from Washington, Adunze.
Oh, yeah, they did, didn't they?
Dude, people don't talk about this. This is it's not even a hot take. It's a real take, but people don't talk about how unbelievably loaded the 2020 draft class was.
Was that Joe Burrow?
Not just Joe Burrow, but there were 5
That was that class, though?
5 quarterbacks given $200+ million extensions.
Lamar?
No, Lamar was 2018. It's Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Tua, Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love.
Oh, my God.
All 5 of those are in that one class. And then, not to mention, you probably got one of the best starts in an NFL career ever as a receiver, Justin Jefferson, Jordan's brother.
He was drafted that year, too?
Yeah, he was the 18th or 19th pick. And then,
what a class, dude.
Bro, there were 8 All-Pros, or 8 Pro Bowlers from the second round.
God.
Bro, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a good group. I love seeing the reactions of when they draft they drafted Patrick Mahomes and they're like, oh my God, this is why this organization will never win a Super Bowl. Or the reactions to the Bills fans when they drafted Josh Allen and they're in a pub and they're just like, oh, so stupid.
Somebody always hates the pick, no matter what. I mean, a
lot of times they do pick stupid shit, but
yeah.
But I like to see the ones that flop in their face. Like
I'm not sold on the Cam Ward guy.
Flop in their face.
Jesus, gay for a day, huh?
All right, let's do it.
I don't want to talk about that, dude.
Let's end it with it. Let's go.
All
if you could be gay for a day, what would you do? I guess the thing is, you can be for one day, but
I was telling you earlier we were joking about this. I was like, dude, what does it change? I mean, I'm not fucking a dude. And if I were gay for a day, what really changes, dude? It's just a matter of who you like or not.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't saying you had to. I was thinking about the good things of it.
I don't know. I might be friends with all the hot girls.
Exactly.
That wouldn't be bad.
The thing you got to do is you got to do the sleepover with all the girls. You know, and they're all doing the bubble bath and shit, and they're like, "That's the gay friend. He can be in here."
That's the straight in us wanting to do that.
That's the gay friend. He's okay. He can come in here. Oh, how do I look in this dress? And then they changing and stuff. They're like, "He's okay. He doesn't even like this."
Yeah, but that's the. I don't think the gay guys like that's not their.
You don't
thing.
have to actually be gay. You get to pretend.
Okay.
So you just get to get the perks of it. You don't have to actually do anything.
I don't know. A few years ago, I would have applied for a government job, and I would have been in.
Oh God, you'd be booted now.
I know, dude. But I would have made my money while I could during the other administration. But
yeah, I don't know. You couldn't get no DEI thing now. But that's what you do if you're gay for a day. You just got to be the friend. And I feel like that's a long game too. A day doesn't a day's not going to do anything for you. Like the gay friend, he could be like if he was actually straight and he was like behind enemy lines. Like the gay friend could play out like after a long term. They're like, he's gay, and they're like, I'm not into him. And then like they start like you're around them all the time. You're comforting them, and then like next thing you know, it's like, by the way, I'm not even gay. And they're like, oh, okay, well I love you, and then you can be with them. So that'd be like a 2-year plan probably. You couldn't get all that in a day.
No, you couldn't. Speaking of gay people, though, respect the gay people that turn gay in a place where gays are absolutely
like Alabama.
hated. That's what I was going to say. If you're gay in San Francisco, you're a pussy. If you're gay in Alabama, you're a tough son bitch, dude. I'm telling you right now. The people that say shit to you and talk to you like they do in Alabama, it's crazy. If you turn gay in a liberal state, bro, that's easy. Bro, you turn gay in Florence, Alabama, come on, baby. You about to get some shit somewhere, dude. Or even worse, gay in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Oh, God. Gay in Haleville, Alabama.
Oh, God.
It's way worse,
Keep
bro.
going south.
Gay in Hartselle.
Haleville.
That's Haleville. Winston County. Winston County is living in 1970.
They're going to pick you apart. The
to
free state of Winston?
Anywhere south of Birmingham, pretty much.
Yeah. Actually, I shouldn't have said Florence. Florence is pretty liberal overall.
Yeah.
It's very progressive. Florence is actually a good place to be gay.
Yeah, it's like I heard the other day that Florence
Speaking
has
from experience.
I did it for a day.
Dude, it was one day.
I did it for one day.
It was one afternoon, dude.
God, I still think about it.
It was 30 minutes at Wildwood, and I'll never do it again.
All I did, I remember that day. I could tell you everything about that day.
No, but seriously though, props to being gay
the Stonewalls
in the South and not like, dude. You can't be gay in the South.
You ain't faking
right now.
that shit in Alabama.
People down here are way too mean and way too like, dude, if you walk through downtown wherever in Alabama and you have painted fingernails or you just can outwardly show that you're gay, you're a brave soldier, buddy. And I kind of props to you. You know,
I wish I had your courage.
Yeah, I wish I had your courage too.
That's
I ain't discriminating it, but yeah, all right.
Gay for a day.
Bad dog, baby. Rough.
Rough.